I'm Amanda, and these are the 20 food prep basics all organic agricultural trainees should know. Not only will knowing these steps help you in the kitchen when you create delicious plant-based foods, but they are going to transform the lives of the individuals you help when you share what you've learned from Organics for Orphans with other communities. Shall we get started? Now you're going to learn the basic knife skills all organic agricultural trainees should know. It's very simple to cut up different fruits, vegetables, and leafy greens in your kitchen, but knowing the different ways to cut them will help you when you're preparing different dishes such as soups, stews, salads, and more. The first one I want to show you is how to dice. We're going to begin with a bell pepper. First thing I'm going to do is cut down always, as my knife is always pointing away from my body, and I'm going to create long strips. And if you want, you can cut off the seeds. Take notice that when I'm chopping, I don't have my fingers out here. They're always curled up, so the knife glides along the edge. This ensures that you don't cut your fingers. Next, after I've created my strips, I'm going to dice, do the same motion. I'm just moving the vegetable. So now I have small little cubes. If I wanted to slice my bell pepper versus dice, I'm going to cut out the center, and depending upon how long I want the bell pepper to be, I'm just going to basically do what I was doing before to create diced pieces, but I'm going to make it a bit thinner. This might come in handy for soups, or I can cut it in half and put it in salads like that. It depends upon your preference. So that's sliced. I want to show you what cube looks like with the tomato. First, we're going to cut off the end. I'm going to cut down the center, cut one more time, and cube is usually big pieces like that. So you can see the difference between dice and a cube. These are quite big. I'm going to set my cubed tomato aside, and similar to the bell pepper, I just did quite a few different slices, and now I'm cutting it once again. I have just diced a tomato into small pieces. If your knife is sharp enough, it should cut all the way through the entire time. So it's a diced tomato. Finally, I want to show you how to chop bell pepper. If a recipe calls for you to chop a vegetable or a fruit, you're going to do bigger pieces, similar to diced, but you just cut a few times and you have chunks like that. That is chopping. It's most common to slice different vegetables, such as onions. And this is an important one to know how to mince, chop, and dice. Mincing means you are dicing it even smaller than you would before. When I want to mince an onion or dice it, I'm going to make smaller slices. Then I'm going to turn it. And from an angle, because this onion has a circular shape, we're going to make smaller diced pieces of it. Now I'm just going to set that aside because you can use this as a slice, and we'll show you, and technically that can be a slice. If I'm going to mince something, I would cut this further, even more. So this is diced. I'll show you from this side. And we're just going back along it. And you can do that over and over until you have smaller pieces of onion. If you know how to chop and mince and dice and slice, you're pretty much on the way to being a master chef in the kitchen.